Okay, today we're happy to have Steve Sabo of Sabo Financial Group. He's been our health and life insurance person, I think the whole time the group's been in existence. So he's here to let us know more about health and life insurance. Take it away, Steve.
Great, well thank you everyone. My name is Steve Sabo. Sabo Financial Group is my business. And here at TRP, one of our main missions is to get to know, like, and trust each other. Helps us to just refer business and be of value to one another. And in our work life, and I know I'm not alone in this, in our work life we want our clients and our prospects to know, like, and trust us as well. That allows us to kind of know their needs a little better, know how we can best help them, and do business. One thing I like to do, and I like a lot of my clients. There's only a small portion I can say I don't like, but I really do like them, and I like some, and we've even like traveled together, done a trip somewhere or another, and I love to travel. It's kind of one of my things. I thought I would share with you from one of the trips and the people that were on it, and just describe how I ended up working with these people. It'll give you an idea of the kind of products and how I do create value. So this particular trip that I'll tell you about, we were on a boat, and we were all together having fun, and see how did it go? Oh yes, we were on the boat. Well, we were on this boat, but it was just a tour, and it wasn't going to be an all afternoon thing, but just a 3-hour tour. And but the weather started getting rough, and the tiny ship got tossed, and I'm with my friends. It's them. And so what I thought I'd do, well, and it also describes my client base as a whole, which is from a full range. I mean, my clients range from wherever to wherever. There's not just any one particular person that I work with. But I thought to show you how I do work with my clients, I thought we'd start with my friend, the skipper. So the skipper, he has very few skills other than being the captain of a boat. He realized right away that disability insurance was of huge value to him. There's a million things that go wrong on a boat. Fall, slip, separate a shoulder, poke your eye out, anything, much less getting sick. And it's a very physical job. If you can't do it, you don't get paid. So he realized that the disability insurance was awesome because it'll pay 60% of his wage, of his earnings in a year, tax-free. So it doesn't matter what your tax bracket is, 60% of it tax-free gets you close to what you were earning, even though you're not working anymore. Disability insurance will also pay him if he did end up getting Social Security disability. That would be a double dip. He'd now probably be making more than he used to earn. That's not the way it's supposed to be, but it could be that way. But yeah, so he liked disability insurance, and it works out well for him. My little buddy, Gilligan, he wanted to have a job with the skipper. And the skipper says, hey, you better have your own health insurance policy. He did not. So we got him an individual health insurance plan. Not only does he not have to pay a fine, but now he could work on the boat, and the skipper knew that he wasn't going to be at risk if Gilligan needed to be put in a hospital and need a physician. Then we have the millionaire and his wife. So the millionaire, life insurance, and it's for estate purposes. The millionaire doesn't have a lot of liquid assets, businesses, properties, But he realized that when they both died, the government was going to swoop in for what's called estate tax. They'll take 55% over a certain amount, and just you must come up with that money as the executor of an estate. And if the money isn't there, then you must sell assets. And of course, hardly is it ever the perfect time to sell an asset, because you have to get this done in 6 months. So what people do, especially if they have a lot of illiquid assets, ranchers especially, this is, that ranch doesn't go to kids unless the kids can come up with a big hunk of dough to give to the government. So anyways, he put together a life insurance plan that would be there. It's liquid, and after death, I usually get money in a beneficiary's hands within a week. As soon as I get a death certificate, that check is being cut the next day and sent right off. So he's a life insurance for estate tax purposes. A little known fact was that his wife is a little bit older, and so she turned 65 first. She was on Medicare Part A and B, but she needed to have a Medicare supplement. So that is something I was able to provide. Medicare Part A and B have deductibles, co-insurance, and then sometimes excess charges. A Medicare supplement that I provided, it takes care of all those deductibles, co-insurances, and excess charges, so that all they have is a premium to pay, and the whole package is very inexpensive once you turn 65. So far I've got the captain, the skipper, with disability on an individual side. Gilligan has individual health. The millionaire has life insurance for estate tax purposes, and his wife has a Medicare supplement. Let me see if this works. The professor. So this is where the story gets good. Very few people knew, but the professor has a life insurance need, even though he was a single guy. A life insurance need because he had a secret girlfriend that nobody knew about. Mary Ann was a secret girlfriend. And he wanted to make sure, because he was quite a bit older, that if he died, or when he dies, that Mary Ann had something, a legacy from him. So that was the professor's, so that's an individual life insurance as compared to an estate tax life insurance. We call that family protection. You're just taking care of somebody you love. There's Mary Ann. And so when I met Mary Ann, she was between jobs. And so the COBRA coverage was too expensive. She rotated out of that position. It was like, no, I'm not paying that much. Good example is like IBM people. They come out, they've been taken care of, and then it's like, what? It costs that much? Yeah, it's kind of, how come my insurance was only $80 a month? Well, it's because your employer was paying so much of it. So anyways, she needed a gap. Her new job started in 3 months, and that new job had a 3-month waiting period until her health insurance kicked in. So we got her what's called short-term health insurance for the 6-month period. It's very inexpensive, no frills, no doctor co-pays or anything. Everything goes towards a deductible. But if you hit the $5,000 mark in what you owe, everything's paid after that. So that was a very inexpensive way for Mary Ann to have health insurance. So now we've got disability insurance with the skipper, individual health insurance with Gilligan, the millionaire with life insurance for estate purposes, his wife with Medicare supplement, the professor with individual life and family protection life insurance, and then short-term health for Mary Ann. And then we have Ginger. So she was a movie star, but she was a smart cookie, and she was a planner. She liked to plan for the long term. She knew that fame was fleeting. It wasn't going to go on forever. She kind of wasn't the marrying type. She knew that she was in charge of her own destiny. And so she wanted to have long-term care insurance, because as we get older, many of us have needs, whether it's assisted living, skilled nursing care, nursing home, whatever. It's not cheap, And if you want the good plans, you must have insurance to help cover it. Typically, right now, it's like $150 to $200 a day will get you some adequate coverage with assisted living. But that gets indexed, it goes up with inflation or the CPI every year. So that it's purchased typically in the 40s, 50s, and 60s. So that by the time you hit your 80s, that number has gone up quite a bit. It grows every year. It doesn't cost you anything. But you could see assisted living and long-term care facilities costing 10, 20 grand a month without a problem. And so anyways, Ginger was the smart one. She has long-term care insurance. And that's kind of it for how the that's not everything that I do, but that's just how I work with people, no matter where they are in life. Everybody has a worry that they think about, that if God forbid something happens, I'm going to lose my car, my house, my money, my job, my whatever. And there are insurance products that can just help relieve some of that